Dwight Chapin was just 21 years old when he went to work for Richard Nixon in 1962, 34 when he went to prison for him, convicted of lying to a grand jury about Watergate. In his new book, The President's Man, the memoirs of Nixon's trusted aide, Chapin details life inside the White House and the lessons he learned 50 years ago that are so relevant today. Our political director, Rick Klein, spoke with him.
As special assistant to the president, Dwight Chapin's job was to anticipate Richard Nixon's every move, but not necessarily follow his every command.
I worked for him over such a long period of time that it was almost second nature to me. I knew how he thought or how he would want a certain situation to unfold. And that became really my credential, if you will, because I was able to anticipate exactly where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do.
You said often that people around Nixon were saving Nixon from Nixon, Haldeman's words, right? What did that mean in practice?
What it means is that sometimes the president would ask that something be done, and it was important not necessarily to follow through.
The White House aide was at Nixon's side for key moments in history, including that historic first trip to China.
We have been here a week. This was the week that changed the world.
The China opening in 1972 needs to be remembered for what it was, which was the most dramatic diplomatic trip in the history of any president. And the consequences of it have been immense. And of course, we're in the middle of this now. When Nixon went, it was a geopolitical thing where he was dealing with Russia on one side and China on the other. It's kind of interesting to look at the Olympics that are about ready to end and the fact that Putin and the China leader are there together and the United States is kind of missing from action in terms of any official role. And that's not what Nixon would have wanted.
Nixon's foreign policy accomplishments were eclipsed by the scandal that took down his presidency, along with much of his inner circle.
I was a political football. I ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. The name of the game was not to get Dwight Chapin. The name of the game was to bring down Richard Nixon.
The first to go on trial in connection to the Watergate break-in, Chapin writes that Nixon could be unsentimental in his use of people, but harbors no regrets about his years of loyal service. He was pardoned, and it's never bothered you that he was pardoned while you and others went to prison defending him?
It's never bothered me. And I would say that anyone that thinks about it, the fact that he had to resign and leave office put him through his own hell. That was his incarceration.
He sees parallels to today, with a political scandal involving White House records, congressional and criminal probes, and aides caught in the middle. There's so many people now, many of them as young as you were then, who are caught up in all of these investigations, and they're being subpoenaed by congressional committees. So many people in former President Trump's orbit are now caught up in this maelstrom that seems like it's a never-ending thing. What do you say to them?
Bottom line, honesty, tell the truth, let the chips fall where they may. You can always recover. I'm living proof that you can recover.
Thanks to Rick Klein for that. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.